voices inside my head, see voices behind the wall, uplifting the underdog, we fighting above the law.
Deep diving into these cases is like dancing with the devil. But when you dance with the devil doesn't change. He changes you.
Why can't I hear you now?
Okay, how about now?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I was
All right,
like, wait, I can't hear her.
There's an echo though.
There is?
Yes. Hold on.
Make-
Let me try something.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, there's still an echo.
All right, hold on. Let me shut my Bluetooth from my music off.
Yeah.
Better? Is that better?
No, is there an echo for everyone else? Try and go out and come back in.
Okay.
Is there an echo now? Yeah, no, it's her screen. Hi, Dees. Hi, Vibes. Jojo. In my own head. Dina. Eve. Flicking. Cat. Pink. Pink Banjo. Sunshine Daydream, if you're still in here. Hi, Patty. Yeah, we know. But there's not one now. Hi, True Crime Living Blonde. Yes, we've started doing some earlier lives around here, so we are ready. I think we're gonna try for what, 6, 7, 8 hours if we can today. Do a little marathon. We're gonna get through a lot of the past up to current of we want to go through all of the news, really listen to what people are saying, the news media people, the people who are talking to the law and got statements from the law and the law themselves, and TBI, all of it, right? Hi, Donna. Welcome. Jackie Marie. Hello. Yep. All day share today. Were you? Welcome to the Crazy Train. Thank you for being a member. We had a pretty good live the other night. We'll have another one, I think, tomorrow, a members live. We're trying to get up to 2 members lives a week. So, there's something pretty funny. As you guys know, was it just last night or the night before? Anyways, doing a live. Yeah, last night. So then Jody Sue did a couple lives, and she actually has real tears. Now, she seems to have this thought or idea that every time Andy and I speak, it has to do with her, and it absolutely does not. It's just really fucked up. It really, really, really is fucked up. But anyways, she's saying, you know, we're helping Monster. We're going to have her and her Lil killed and me working with him and whatever messages he sent last night, and we're out to harm her and yada, yada, yada. We were talking about a whole different suspect in the case and not about her at all. And I have the receipts that I could prove that, but it's not for me to prove right now in this moment in time. But it will be. But it had everything to do with Fred, not with Jody. So that whole little escapade that she did last night is actually kind of funny. It's absolutely hilarious when you think about it, because it had nothing to do with her.
Better?
There we go. Much better. You look cute.
Thank you. Yeah, like when it's spring, I feel like doing stuff.
Yeah, it looks nice out there.
And
Nice and
I
sunny.
love it. I'm surrounded by a cemetery. It's like so peaceful and quiet.
Oh, I love that. Hi, Spread Love. Hi, Sarah. Welcome. This is Knowledge is Power, aka Ro.
Hello.
You can't see chat, can you?
No, but I was gonna I might turn. I don't know if it'll mess it up if I turn my hotspot on, so I can look at it on my computer on my other
You
phone.
can try it if it does. Hey,
Alright,
Wandering.
I'll disappear for a second.
I
Hold
can
on.
also highlight. If I highlight like this, you can see them, right?
No, I can't see chat if I touch the.
Oh. Okay. Oh, now she's frozen. I got my pot pie here. It's a little burnt around the edges, but that's
Hold on,
okay because I like it.
I'm turning my Wi-Fi on. Can you see me again?
Yep.
Okay.
Welcome back, Eve. Yes. So it was really, really, really funny. Because again, she just assumed that we were talking about her and absolutely had zero to do with her at all. It's so funny how she can come up here for damn near 3 years and just constantly run her mouth. Oh, and she's taking my channel down. She can try because everything's fair use. And here's the thing is, I always have to go back and have someone manually review my videos because I get mad reported, to which all of my ads get turned off, right? Well,
Yeah, mine did too. I'm demonetized now.
they have been manually reviewed, okay? And my monetization turned back on. So she can kiss my ass. Plus, she has played so much of everybody else's shit. She doesn't know how terms of service works. But she can definitely risk, if she wants to risk losing her channel over false striking, she can do that. Because every strike she gives me, I'm going to appeal and win. Bet your ass, okay? And then therefore, she will then get in trouble and risk losing her channel with every false strike. But just know that, let's see if I can, just know that we were talking about something to do with Andy reaching out and not interviewing people on his own, but talking to people about, on his own. And, and that's what he's doing. So absolutely has zero to do with Jody Sue, because he's not going to sit there and call up Jody Sue and talk to her.
Maybe that's the problem.
Yeah, and I have the proof and everything. I know who he's talking to. I know what he's doing. And so does Ryan Finds Truth and Cotton Candy Boobs. Like, we know. We've seen the proof. We have the receipts. We all see them one day. Ro, you know damn well it wasn't Jody Sue we were talking about.
I know. I absolutely know, but I wasn't gonna
Right.
I was like, I'm not even gonna say it.
No, but yeah, so I like to sometimes have witnesses to this shit,
Oh yeah. I've definitely learned on here, like, always have a couple, because these fuckers spin the shit out of some shit.
For real.
Like, some of the shit like that comes at me, I'm just like, what? Wait, how did you get that from that? Like, you know what I mean?
We downloaded this shit because you know how she likes to dirty delete. But yeah, she's very upset about the live. Hey, sis. She's very upset that Andy has support. And she's very upset that Andy and I were talking about and having conversations about Fred Hill last night for whatever reason. Listen.
Yeah, I don't understand why she was so upset and thinking like her and her daughter were like under threat. I'm like, what are you talking about?
She thinks she's that special that's all Andy can talk about is her. Or that's all we can talk about privately is her. Nobody else, just Jody Sue, because she's so special and all.
I don't think we've ever conversated about her.
No, we really, not just like, have you seen this? Or here's a clip of that. You got to check this out because it's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, we don't spend our times. 99% of our conversations don't have to do with Jody Sue, okay?
No. Not at all, actually.
Right?
Tonight. I had this bright, shining epiphany just now.
She had an epiphany just now at 6 a.m.
No matter what.
Is that when that was done? Holy crap.
No matter if it wants to twist, torment, in this group want to tamper with more court stuff.
It's so funny.
Was she watching the same thing I was watching?
I don't think she was at the
And
same
it
live
doesn't matter
stream.
if
And
that's
she
what-
for sure didn't see mine and Andy's private conversations either. So, again,
Right.
she's kind of jumping the gun here and wishful thinking
Sort of
that all we
everything.
have to talk about is her.
It's going or not, it doesn't matter. Civil, legal. Thing is, if it's anything like that, I have more than enough.
Oh,
time.
wait,
Done that
wait,
for
wait,
years.
wait. We're going to pay attention to Summer today. That's unacceptable.
Yeah, well, we will. I just want to say my piece about here because, well, this kind of has to do,
No,
right?
but
She's
that's-
using up
you see-
Summer.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you know.
She's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
What's wrong? Yeah, that's fucked up. But yeah, I just realized that. I'm like, wait a minute.
Oh, I get you. Yeah, so her whole
Uh-huh.
plan was to stream all about Summer, and she's got some kind of problem with this. And now all of a
Uh-huh.
sudden she's talking about how she might go down for whatever happened to Summer, and she might be dead by the end of whatever happened to Summer and all this shit. What the fuck?
What?
I have to be here to protect my little. I can't be gone. Well, why would you be gone?
Right?
Right? Listen.
Yeah, like
Shadow
what
of
kind
an
of
erasure.
Well, we'll
That's
get
just-
back to that. We'll go with, like you said,
Alright.
about Summer. Let's start with
No,
the news
well,
stuff.
yeah, I just didn't, you know. That's,
We'll go
that's,
over it later.
Wow. All right.
I'm going to turn parts of it into a video anyways where I can slip in
I'm-
maybe receipts to prove she's a fucking psychopath.
I think I missed a couple pages.
Yeah, we must have. Like, which
Yeah.
live are you at? Can't stand. Yeah, it's going to put everyone to sleep, right, if I continue on. So let's go back to the very beginning, Ro.
Okay.
So we're going to go...
Trying to think the very first clip I seen about her. I think like
Was it WJHL would be the first one I think I saw it on?
maybe it was somebody was like I think at the end of the hill there was a newscaster at the end of the hill or something like that. I think it was before they even talked to either one of the parents.
So we'll go back to here. So I'm just going to go all the way back here. Unless, do they have a playlist set up? No, not for Summer. Okay. Okay, hold on.
Let's do it with the glasses. You might hear the hawk every once in a while.
Aw, I miss hearing all that kind of stuff when I was out in the country before I moved here for 11 years.
It does laps over the top of my house because I'm surrounded by the cemetery, so it does laps as it like squeals. I think it's cool. Last year we actually had two eagles land in the top of one of the pine trees, and they stayed for like 40 minutes and left. Yeah, right. How old is the youngest one? It's like 15 or 16, right?
Where? Who?
On Ben Hill.
Ben Hill? Of the
Andy's.
Wells's kids?
No, across the street.
Across the street. Oh, well, I think, well, how old must he be now? Because he's in the army, so he must have been.
Well, no, yeah, that one I think is like almost 20, but I'm not sure the younger one's age. Is she like 14 to 16, something like that?
Yeah, I thought maybe like about 14, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go. Let's start with WJHL. And let's go back to. Hold on. No, not that one. That'd be. Okay, so let's see. Hold on.
Right? That's a good question, Selena. I agree with you, though. Olive Garden, I love their salads. Hey, Mike.
Let's start. We can start with. Let's start with this. Hold on.
Users that sign up to Wix come with all kinds of needs.
We're still trying to find Summer. It's now been 1 week and 2 days since she went missing. This case, the active search, we're still trying to find.
All right, you guys, make sure your volumes are turned up. Now, how can I get... Oh, whoops, how is it? What? Hold on, no, that's not right.
What are you doing, Daddy?
No, that's not right. No, that's not. No. Okay, so we'll do like that. Okay. Make sure you guys have your volumes turned up. We're going to start with this one here. And so this was recorded, when was this? 2 years ago, but what was the date? June 24th, 2021. And so 6 days. Right? That's 6 days. June 21. Yeah. Of Summer disappearing. Hi, Jack. Hi, everyone. Hi, Be the Bean. Do you want to email me the links for that? I can find them too if you want to. Hold on. Yeah, 9 days. Hi, Auntie M. Hi, Mike.
Hey, Em.
Hi, Unfiltered. Who else is in here? Hi, Faded.
Dixon, Mike.
She needs to get off of it. Yeah. Hi, Andy's Life. No, not late. We're just really starting. Hi, Laugh a Day.
Why would you need?
This is what are we focusing on? We're really, like I said, we're going back through a bunch of the news articles from the beginning to currently, watching, listening, what the law is saying, what the searchers have said. Hi, Crime Addict. Just going back to the beginning again, as I have been going back through all of the live streams and videos and also the phone recordings and stuff that I haven't shared. And we're clipping things and turning them into smaller videos so people don't have to sit through hours of live streaming. But we're coming up on the 1,000 days, and we're coming up on 3 years. No new leads, nothing new since basically the day we all latched onto the case, as well as, and you know, so that mixed with everything. It's Summer's case is nearing a cold case. So hi, Sugar Plum.
Yes, thank you.
Summer.
Just got
It's now
looked up
been
a
1
bunch.
week and 2 days since she went missing. There's still two aspects of this case, the active search and the investigation. You'll hear more about the search in just a minute.
Thank you, Crime Addict.
TBI agents and Hawkins County detectives.
We got to keep her name and face out there. Keeping her name and face out there because, you know, everyone would love for people to just forget and move on about Summer.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah. I said that from the beginning. Wait. Designed to be a cold case, this whole thing has been. Yeah. Hi, Vicky. Right? And it's funny because now that's out there, but a lot of us have not heard that or seen that channel before. You know, we may go over that again later. The conversation we were listening to yesterday, Dawn's conversation with some girl named Tiffany. She does need justice, yes.
Hi, JoJo.
On the clock to determine what happened to Summer Wells. In order to preserve the integrity of the investigation, we can't discuss everything and my ginger ale have done to find Summer. Here's what we can tell you. Numerous residents and individuals associated with the family have been interviewed. Surveillance video and photos have been reviewed, as well as other potential digital evidence. We're still working to identify everyone in the area on the afternoon that Summer went missing. One of you asked us in a previous briefing the standard amount of time it takes for a case like this to be resolved. While every case is different, this one is definitely
Again, this
outside
is
of the norm.
9 days after Summer's disappearance, so many of us ask how.
Is this the one the horse runs down the road?
Yes. Yep. 9 days later. Yes. This is the one.
To be resolved. While every case is different,
Hi,
this one
Truth-to-Light.
is definitely outside of the norm. Typically, in an investigation like this one, we have some idea of where the case is headed and what might have happened within a few days.
Excuse me.
In this situation, despite doing everything within our power and exploring all avenues, the circumstances leading to Summer's disappearance remain unclear. I understand the lack of answers frustrates you in the public, but trust me, no one is more frustrated than we are.
Really?
If we
1 second. I gotta
develop
grab something
information
to blow my
that
nose.
will lead
I've been doing that all day. CHER show. Hi, Bailey. No, it was Frank Light's horse, which I know a lot about horses, and it was really strange that that horse was pulling that sleigh. Something they don't use anymore.
Hi, Chips. Sorry.
We were talking horses.
Okay. I should see if the girls will make a pot of coffee. Hi, Bailey. Hi,
We're the
Masonry.
CHER show.
What?
Did you hear me, sir?
No, what
Put
was
in
it?
there. We're the CHER show. CHER. Get
Churro?
it? Yeah, CHER. CHER.
Churro. Oh, is that our celebrity name mashup?
That's what Bailey said. I was like, yeah, kind of like that cinnamon thing that Spanish people make. Churros, charros.
Oh, yes. Hi, Virgos. You tagged me in a few. Okay. Why don't we hear about any searching for Summer Moon now?
That's funny, I was
Exactly. That's
reading
a
that.
good question. Good question.
Mhm.
I don't know if it was Fred's horse or not, or the Light's horse.
No, Frank Light.
Frank Light's horse.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Locating
And we know this
Summer,
for sure.
we will share that with you first thing.
I forget who
gyro.
verified it.
In the meantime,
Is it
Yeah, there you
gyro
go.
or
we ask anyone
gyro?
with information who hasn't come
Gyro.
forward
Gyro.
I think.
please
Yeah.
call 1-800-TBI find.
Please.
I'll turn it over to Sheriff Ronnie Lawson.
Oh, it's a shot. Yeah.
Recordings just got better. Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard. I'm so excited to announce that local recordings are now available.
Thank you. Just to go along with Leslie, I know there's a lot of social media going on out there, a lot of detectives going on,
Do you?
but they're absolutely useless unless these people that's 100%.
I swear he doubles for the Wizard of Oz.
calls 1-800-TBI.
Right?
To me,
Put that
tonight,
hat on and we got him.
We're monitoring all social media and everything that you all put out from people that you all interview. And I assure you, you'd have to work very hard to find somebody that we hadn't talked to. They may not tell you. One point I want to make and clear up, obviously,
not
is
tell
a
ya.
couple days ago, I asked for the public not to help us in our search in the woods and stuff.
Why do you think?
That is because
Okay, let's hear what his reasoning are. But yeah, he asked the public not to help search, which is interesting because I've seen other cases where if the public comes, the law does add them to the searching, you know?
Right in that area, same terrain, 2 kids, and public was welcome to search. The one was actually in Sullivan County, and the sheriff actually, when they concluded the search and everything, he actually made it a specific point about thanking the public and individuals who, whether on the internet or in person, helped with the search. Ronnie doesn't want it.
Hi, Tiger Dog. Yeah, boo! That's right, Flicking. He's scary looking. Who, Ronnie Lawson? No. No, he's not.
And is the family still cooperating? I know you said obviously no dogs there, but like the mother and all those other people, are they still cooperating?
no, they're not cooperating right now. They have attorneys.
the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
I love that song.
Let
me get my ringtone.
That is because we know where every searcher is, where every team is.
Right, Deez.
And the captain and his staff, they're tracking everyone.
1 second.
So if we get the general public in the woods, we don't know about it, and they're going to get missed when they go home or don't go home. So it's going to be somebody else that we have to generate time and information and resources to find.
Interesting, nice.
What I did ask for, and I still need, is all the people in Upper Beach Creek, in Hawkins and Sullivan County, to search their property again and again. You got to look for a small child. You have to look for evidence of a small child's been. And if you got field cameras,
aw, thank you,
security cameras.
It's in the pinned comment,
and
it's also in the description.
We're trying to find every vehicle.
There's a pinned comment on the top that has
this
my
holler
Cash App
they're
on
living
there.
in since we started this. We also did a roadblock, which helped at the same time that she was reported missing, to see if we come in contact with somebody that's been working that we could see.
There you go.
Obviously,
Hi, Sally.
there's nothing came out of that, but it's just another tool that we've used to make this happen. So if the general public that lives in this area will go back and search their outbuildings or barns or
Let me
hayfields.
rewind that for a second. Wait. Sorry.
Obviously, there's nothing came out of that, but it's just another tool that we've used to make this happen. So if the general public that lives also did a roadblock,
okay,
which helped at the same time that she was reported missing, to see if we come in contact with
so the
somebody
roadblock
that's
at
been working
around the same time she was reported missing. So the roadblock, basically she was called in as missing, they couldn't find her, and then immediately a roadblock. I wasn't sure how soon the roadblock was. I forgot that. Hi, Stillwaters. Hi, Black Widow.
I thought they didn't do the roadblock until like late that night, and then a couple days later.
And a couple
was, like,
days
weird.
later?
Yeah, but like
Okay.
in between there was a lapse.
Let's see
if I
here.
remember right.
So right away
could be
that
wrong.
night, she wasn't called in until 6:29. So it would have taken the police time to get there. Maybe they went there, started questioning, and then was like, you know what, set up the roadblock. So that would be maybe like around, maybe like by 8 o'clock. Maybe you think they had that done on the 15th?
Yeah, I would
Around there?
assume.
a roadblock.
Let's see. I'm gonna rewind just a second more. Here we go.
Security cameras, we need you to check those again. Just keep checking them and checking them. We're trying to find every vehicle is in this holler they're living since we started this.
I'm just gonna turn
We
my
also
grab
did a
another extension
roadblock,
wire. Be right
which
back.
helped at the same time that she
Okay.
was reported missing, to see if we come in contact with somebody that's been working that we could see.
I'll turn my camera back on when I'm done smoking.
Obviously, there's nothing came out of that, but it's just another tool that we've used to make this happen.
Robin said
So,
she had to wait
general
for the
public
because there was a
that lives in
roadblock.
this area.
Well, she didn't get there till late, remember. She waited a couple hours before heading out. Candace called her, but she was busy driving home from her daughter's recital, and so that's why Candace called David Dotson. But David Dotson and Robin, so David Dotson had already been at the house earlier that day. And then, anyways, he ended up going back there again, like I think around 9 o'clock or something like that, with David Dotson. Allegedly, that's what she said. And that's what David Dotson had said too. So, anyway, so if that was like around 9 and she couldn't get through because there was a roadblock, I think they had to just like walk through or something. I don't remember, but they did go. And don't forget, Don said he didn't even remember Robin being there on June 15th. He was like, no, I don't remember that. None of them were there June 15th. Like, what? Confused about law effed up on day one. Yeah, and gave Candace alcohol, allegedly, if you want to believe Dawn, Candace, and now Fred.
I've never heard of that. I was like, what?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and Robin Lane with we packed our snacks and we got there and it was very real. That's why I think like they had the missing child drill in mind, because like why else are you saying like we got there and like it was real, like it was happening. It was just very weird. Like they had experienced it before, but it wasn't real. It was just a drill, perhaps. But this time was really real because of the helicopters and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah. And we'll
And
get to
then you
that
think
clip
about
too, don't worry.
the church doing drills like that too.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah,
did they? I don't know.
Supposedly in the beginning, that's why they had that
Well, not sure
missing
if
child insurance and all that
not
shit.
sure if her location, if the Hawkins County location took part in the drill or not.
Okay.
But the church does hold, the Seventh-day Adventist does have missing
Just
children
not that
drills.
branch.
Not sure if that branch had taken part in it yet or not, or if they have taken part in any, not really sure.
No, I never heard a church do that.
Me neither.
Go back and search their outbuildings, their barns, their hay fields. Now it's mowing season, so when they mow, they need to pay attention. And if you have a resident...
See, now some of the talk too makes me think they're looking for remains.
Yeah.
Like a lawnmower running, like. You don't have to look for down whatever, because like you don't think a lawnmower is going to be loud enough to wake her up where you won't hear her. And how tall is that grass that you're cutting with the lawnmower? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, there's a lot of hay fields there. And
yeah,
stuff,
that's
so
true.
It's kind of tall. Yeah.
That's true. But again, if she heard a tractor or a lawnmower, like he's saying, cutting your grass, well,
you would think she would run towards it.
5-year-old would be running, screaming like, "Hey, where's my mom and dad?" Because she would hear a lawnmower,
I'm hungry,
which
I'm
would mean, which would mean there's a person there. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? But the way he's wording it is kind of like, I get the feeling of like, pay attention for remains. Yeah, look down, look all around, be aware while you're out there with your mowers.
And Freak Boy did a video where like he speaks on the same thing, and it was just like really eerie the way he was saying it. Like, oh, that's definitely not what you want to do, is run over a kid with a turbine. I'm like, what the hell? Like, who says that? But yeah, that was in the trilogy. Something wrong with my laptop.
Oh, Emma, you are so sweet, honey. Very sweet. I also have microphones that Mark said would be good ones. In description is a Amazon. It's our whole family has added stuff to it. Amazon wish list, so you can take a peek at those too. But yes, absolutely, we'll be getting a microphone ASAP. Thank you so much. You guys are very sweet.
A roadblock.
Okay, so listen to this. Tell me you guys don't get the feeling it's remains being looked for. Hold on. I'll shut up for a minute.
Checking them and checking them. We're trying to find every vehicle was in this holler they're living since we started this. And we also did a roadblock, which helped at the same time that she was reported missing, to see if we come in contact with somebody that's been working that we could see. Obviously, there's nothing came out of that, but it's just another tool that we've used to make this happen. So if
we won't let it.
What does he mean by so we can see if somebody was working?
Yeah, hold on.
You check those again. Just keep checking them and checking them. We're trying to find every vehicle was in this holler they're living since we started this. And we also did a roadblock, which helped at the same time that she was reported missing, to see if we come in contact with somebody that's been working that we could see. Obviously, there's nothing came out of that, but it's just another tool that we've used to make this happen. So if the general public that lives in this area will go back and search their outbuildings, their barns, their hay fields. Now it's mowing season, so when they mow, they need to pay attention. If you have a resident that cannot search their property themselves, if they'll call my office at 423-272-4848, I will send an officer to your residence to search your property for you.
Did they go towards Fred's first? Well, dogs hit at Fred's, but Dawn and Candace both went to Fred's multiple times that night. But the dogs hit on Fred's truck as well. Hi, Papa Bear, welcome.
They did.
Welcome. Yeah, they did. Not really. Andy's,
Yeah. I know they hit something around Fred's like residence. I didn't know it was the vehicle.
Mm.
That's sus.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's definitely sus.
And I did, Emma, I did receive that. Thank you so much for the $25. Appreciate you.
It's a cooperation that we must need. I know some of the residents probably getting frustrated.
Also, in the pinned comment is not just my Cash App, but as well as Rose Cash App. So
We're seeing the officers, but as the captain will tell you, we've had very intense.
Ronnie Lawson was involved with his son's
all week long
Yeah,
for 9
I
days
know.
now.
Get
done
mine.
yet.
Yeah, people
Like
got
I
to get
told you
on
from
Ronnie's
day
ass
one,
for sure.
it's
It
about
is
finding
super
somebody.
suspicious.
He
And
was
Don,
involved with what?
Don has talked quite a bit about believing in some conspiracy theory, he would call it, about the. He's said that he believes the lies involved in Summer's disappearance, but he has also finger pointed at everybody, including CPS. Like someone made a really good point. How can CPS have kidnapped his children and kidnapped Summer? Yet Don has claimed that he's the one who called CPS to come and get his children.
Mm-hmm.
So how did CPS kidnap?
Oh, here she comes.
But at the same time, he called them and said, "Take my kids." So that shit does not make sense, and it just is more proof into his behavior and how much he is a pathological liar. I mean, he honest to God believes most of the shit that comes out of his mouth, I feel like, and that's
I can't
scary.
think of one person I've ever known, or that somebody that I know has known, that called and told them to come take their kids.
Right.
I mean, like, I'm 56 years old. I've never heard anybody say that before.
Right.
I told them to come take my kids.
Don has never pointed at Andy with me. No, Mike, he hasn't. He's told me that he knows Andy to have an alibi. And to be honest, I know and have vetted and have seen proof that Andy left the job at 6:08 p.m. June 15th. So there's that, which would put him getting home, and they kind of drive like speed demons around there. So putting him home at what, 6:35, 6:45, 6:40, 6:45, around about the same time as Dawn should have been pulling in.
They should have been coming from different ends of the street at the same time.
They should have been, yes. However, I believe Dawn was home, and we have Dawn admitting he was home now. Right?
Yeah. And I kind of believe that check over Candace.
As of June 24th, 2021, search and rescue efforts for missing 5-year-old Summer Wells continues. We have now utilized 106 agencies spanning from Tennessee, Ohio, Virginia, Alabama, Georgia, and North Carolina assisting in these search efforts. Numerous specialized search and rescue groups with numerous canine teams have been represented from each of these agencies. To date, we have covered over 4.6 square miles,
he was not.
with that being over 3,000 acres being searched since Tuesday night when she was reported missing.
If he was at Zoomer's at 5:30, well then I feel like this person would have told me he left and came back. Because let me tell you, like, there is going to be, like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Take it how you would. I don't think he was there at no 5:30. But again,
is that like a local bar?
I'm not sure. Or no, isn't that like the car crusher thing? Or no, I'm not sure. I don't know. But some people are, I don't know. But
yeah,
now,
I've heard the name a couple times.
And we don't like the Jody Sue and her lies and everything. But if you actually go back, you'll even hear Jody Sue say that Andy left work at like 6:15 or 6:10 or something. So she's only a few minutes off of what I've been told. Oh, it's a gas station. Hi, Andy.
Yeah, she said,
hi, Becca. Hi, Andy.
She went down the driveway early because she wanted to mess around with her flowers.
Right.
Before he got there. And she had about a half an hour before he was supposed to be there. And that's why she was down there, supposedly.
Messing around with flowers. Same time.
Yeah, coincidentally, huh?
Yeah, everyone's planting cactuses and flowers that day, apparently.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But Andy, you think I should be like pretty on, right? About 6:08 you left work. Is that right? Because that's what two different people, locals anyways, say.
What Zoomers, Andy?
He said it's a gas station.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
I think that's what he was into. Yeah, he said gas station.
I was thinking it was like a bar or something.
Right. Let's see here.
No, I'm speaking. Yeah.
Yeah. It's it's a gas station.
Makes sense. Out there, gas stations are a little bit different. They're gas stations, stores, lotteries, tobacco outlets, all in one.
Right.
Get alcohol, you know what I mean? Beer, cigarettes, milk, eggs.
The rugged mountainous terrain continues to cause
Arby's.
problems.
Yum.
This has slowed search operations down in these areas, but please be rest assured, while
Sounds about
incurring these
right.
conditions,
Okay.
we are still searching with an aggressive approach with extreme attention to detail. These terrains and conditions have exhausted crews both physically and mentally.
Ooh, sausage balls.
We are still utilizing local and regional resources,
Yo,
but have had
Andy
to
and Becca be making some delicious food, and once in a while I get pictures of it, and it quite literally makes my mouth water. Let me tell you. If I ever end up in the area, Andy and Becca, can I please come over for dinner?
I love country food.
Oh,
love it.
Yes.
Now he just said something. All right. Carly Trent and Evelyn, it was the same terrain they were searching, and I believe Evelyn was even further into the summer. But to listen to him, it's so exhausting and so treacherous terrain. It's just like the county line, like Sullivan County and Hawkins County. It's like right there. It's the same fields and cliffs and shit. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Why Sullivan County, didn't, they did say it's hard and it's, tiring after days of it, but they didn't like keep empathizing how rough the terrain was. It's, they just went and did what they had to do to find the kid.
That mountain is as steep as a mule's face. Terrible. Terrible. Oh, you know what? Okay, we'll finish this, and then I want to pull up one of the very first interviews I did with Don and his sister Sonia.
Call upon and utilize resources from Middle and West Tennessee, along with out-of-state resources.
Let's do that quick and then come back to this, because that actually will make a little bit of sense. Interesting. Up Dawn's butt. Now, she said Dawn has never been sexual with her, but I also didn't really believe her. You know what I'm saying?
But isn't her husband also convicted RSO?
I'm not.
I think he got arrested like not too long after Summer disappeared.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I think you can find that like I think anonymous stuff. But yeah, it wasn't too long after, because supposedly when people tried to contact her, she was on vacation in Europe or something, and then it broke that her husband had gotten arrested for same type activity. So many of them in the family. Nice.
Let me. Okay. I sharing screen? No.
Who's Adrian?
Adrian? My dad?
Your dad's name's Adrian?
Yeah.
I don't think that's who. No, I keep hearing the name Adrian in relation to Summer Wells. I don't know who it is.
I'm not sure. There's an Adrian and Michael Vaughn's, like the main suspect's name. One of them is Adrian.
Really?
Don's sister Donna. I'm not sure. I know Sonia. Was it as a video or a live, I wonder? I think maybe a live.
Can you hear the train?
No.
It's just blowing its whistle. Oh, let me turn that light.
You know what? There's so much shit here. Okay, hold on. Nope, that's all Quentin Simon. Was that Ronnie? What?
Virgo Angel. Usually when I hear her name mentioned, it's mentioned with gavel and something to do with chasing. I'm thinking it's part of that little group that went there. It just sticks out to me because my stepdaughter's name was Adrian, and every time I hear it, I'm like,
oh, really?
There you go. Adrian is or was friends with Gavel Geeks. JSB is jealous of her. Oh, okay. Thank you. Who said that? Faded Jeans. Thank you. Common woman. I don't know who that is either.
I need.
Oh, okay.
Wait 1 second. I need glasses.
You and me both. So Krama Mama is Adrian. Do you know who Krama Mama is?
Yeah, but I don't know her name to be Adrian. Hold on, you guys. Now my eyes are so blurry. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm like staring at this screen. It's like distorting. And then I put makeup on today, y'all, to try and look a little cute for y'all. And yeah, it's fucking with me. Give me a second.
If you get a slightly
tinted my eyes are burning.
Glasses, it breaks down the glare. It doesn't like tire your eyes out as much. Even if like they don't have any like reading strength, just slightly colored.
It's bad. Why is it like blur? I should.
Because you're getting old. No.
Okay, can you see my screen? So I'm looking for, and I don't know if I put Sonia's name in the title. Fuck, my eyes are gonna be watery. It shouldn't be this tiny on a computer screen. Okay, hold on.
Yes, that is Ziggy's name too.
Ziggy's name is Adrian?
Yes. I heard her say it herself.
I don't think I knew
Sassy. That's it. I've seen Sassy before. Okay, now it makes sense. I know who it is.
Sorry, you guys. I look like a whole idiot. Hold on. Sorry. My eyes are fucking with me. Okay, hold on. If you guys see something of Sonia on the screen, just tell me. Sonia and Dawn and Mr. CHER.
Would it be the picture of that lady in the field that nobody could figure out who it was?
No, I don't think so. No, because, well, if it is, that would shock me because the voice doesn't really match how that person looks. It's like, the one in the picture looks way younger than what the voice is. Hold on, I'll find it here. I just need to...
Yeah, I can't make out the writing under the pictures.
Right? It's hard.
Yeah. It's really
Hold
hard.
on.
And I got glasses on. Did anybody ever figure out who that lady was?
No, I don't know. I don't think so. If they did, I really can't remember.
Bum Fluff said, hello, CHER.
Hi, Bum Fluff. I don't think so, Nice Marie. I tried to do that before. April Moody. Yeah, that's right, Car. Yes. That's April Moody in the picture. In that picture you're talking about. Okay, you guys. I'm still... Would it be 2 years? Yeah, I guess it would have been over 2 years ago now. Okay, wait.
They're saying you can magnify it with your tools on the computer.
If I can, I don't know how to do that, and I don't want to fuck anything up.
I think it's down in the corner. It's like a like the little magnifying glass that, like, the same thing that's usually in the search bar. I think there's one down in your corner with a plus and negative sign. Well, you know, there is one on mine. No, that people Moody how it's spelled. She is a friend of Casey's from Wisconsin. Okay, thank you, Burger Angel. Eastman, I think JSB is an awful evil person, in my opinion. I'm wondering. Hi, Act Right people. We don't know. Trying.
Sorry, I'm just looking.
Andy, Mike wants to know how long were the lunch breaks at Hayworth's. I assume that's the place you work. Hey, the legendary. I want to go magnet fishing. Big Daddy. What is that about that? Yeah.
Hold on, let's try. I want to check this out for a second. Give my eyes a damn break. Holy shit.
It's Kayla. On behalf of Grammarly,
sorry, I'm all
to tell you all
like
about the free
like
version of the best communication assistant in the world. Millions have chosen to go beyond their default grammar checkers and use Grammarly. My cousin Izzy, a graphic designer, is one of them.
Okay,
Izzy loves how quick and reliable Grammarly is at providing feedback. Another reason Izzy signed up for Grammarly is its conciseness suggestion.
Part 1. I know that Dawn has talked about the red truck with me numerous times, so let's see here what it's about real quick.
Shannon, Melissa, Susan, Nellybug,
I'm sure you see that.
Punksy. One. Or not.
Mike, his
I was just like,
answer
I am not
was,
doing
we
this
got
today.
lucky.
Watch scary movies, and I was like, I do not want to do this today. A bunch of people were like, can you go live, please? And I'm like, everybody and their moms are live today, and it's going to happen again today. But I was like, you know, did a community post yesterday that made me say, well, this is an easy enough thing that I can ask and just see. Like, I never heard that before. All right, here, see if this comes up. Brother, will you put your damn wallet away?
What am I?
Thank you, we love you. Okay, so this is on Chasing Justice's channel. Chasing Truth's channel, sorry.
Hold on.
And I was like, okay, yeah, that is weird. Robin is the one who crossed the Tacoma out of the flyers and sent them out, right? And then here she's showing screenshots between, I don't know who it is. And
okay.
All right, here, see if this comes up. Brother, will you put your damn wallet away?
I don't know.
Thank you, we love you. Okay, so this is on Chasing Justice's channel. Chasing Truth's channel, sorry. And I was like, okay, yeah, that is weird. Robin is the one who crossed the Tacoma out of the flyers and sent them out, right? And then here she's showing screenshots between, I don't know who it is, and Robin. And she's like, well, I don't think it'd be a red truck anymore, right? I mean, certainly someone probably painted it by now, right?
Do you think since
so that's weird too? And then somebody had asked
Bye, Papa Bear.
Candace, and Candace, all she could really say is, oh, she's a really nice lady. She really is. She's nice. All that, right? So I'm like, okay, this is a
yeah, Papa Bear, go back in my stuff. I've been front row seats to this case from the beginning. So
sure.
Yeah. Yes.
Do you think since it's alleged that Timmy made up the red truck thing that it was a like probably the first distraction tactic because Timmy made it up? I'm sure Robin would have known. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know what Robin knows or doesn't know because I know and have caught Robin lying so many times. So but yeah, I always have thought the red truck was falsehoods and to steer people from the beginning with false information. And I believe they had to have some kind of vehicle to get the Amber Alert, because if they had the Amber Alert, well then, in their opinion, to the world would believe she was abducted if there's an Amber Alert, because that would mean the law believes, if the law believes it and puts an Amber Alert out, then we must believe the parents, right? So I believe it was smoking mirrors all along, if that answers your question. Yeah.
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Yeah. How do you feel about it?
I feel there's been more than ample distractions and really underhanded shit to distract, like, you know, to lead everybody in different directions. I don't think they wanted her found at all.
I agree with that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I hate saying it. I do.
Right.
But, you know.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Simple enough question that you think could be answered. So that's what I did. I went and I asked Robin, because I have conversations with Robin. And I'm going to tell you guys something today that may like blow some of your guys' minds. I'm not 100% sure. I did tell a few other creators this yesterday, and they're like, yeah, that is kind of sketchy. Benny, you know what I'm about to say. I think I have let this slip before, but nobody really said anything about it, which I was shocked about. So now I'm going to bring up me just straight out asking Robin, do you have a red Tacoma truck? Like, this is the news going around. Be prepared. You're probably going to get a lot of hate today or something. Like, I was like, this is the news today. So this is what I said to Robin. I don't know if you guys can see it very well.
Act right, people. Yes, there was non-disclosures being signed by people that were going to the house.
You signed it?
I did not sign one, no.
Oh, okay.
No, but anyone who went to the house and hangs out with the Wells, they have to sign a non-disclosure. Which to me...
That was drawn up by a loony
That's strung up. Yes, it's Tim Mullen made a non-disclosure, and if you plan on being friends with the Wells and hanging out with them and going to the house, you have to sign a non-disclosure. And in speaking to a few different high-profile attorneys, by the way, they're not sure if they're worth their weight in water or whatever.
They're not.
And also, that's a huge red flag to the attorney friends that I have, because why would you ever sign a non-disclosure to just go hang out with your friends, right?
First off, they were drawn up by Timmy. Second off, every time somebody signs one of them, they have to be notarized.
Which tells me that they are expecting trials and stuff one day, because they're wanting people to sign non-disclosures and shit. So basically, yeah, it's wild.
I think it's more for like book or movie, so Timmy doesn't, nobody else infringes on what he thinks is his potential.
That
profit.
could be. I do think that Tim Mullen is trying to get a movie situation out of this. But I do think that they more so are for like court purposes or whatever. But again, it is proof that they do foresee
the legalities of a trial. Wouldn't the legalities of a trial override that disclosure? Yeah. All right, I thought so.
Yeah. But it also prevents people from hanging out with them, seeing the truth. Like I said, you can't hang out with these people for 10 minutes and not walk away thinking they're guilty. So, and
well, I know somebody who recently did, and I don't know, man.
Yeah,
doesn't seem to have been affected by the obvious.
So, and what that also tells me is definitely Racist Boy Radio and his wife have signed a non-disclosure.
Right. Yep.
That's factual. They can lie and say they haven't, but they did. You don't get around that house on the hill without signing one.
I would be of the opinion to believe that.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
I never signed one. I have never been to the house.
I would laugh.
Would not go to a crime scene like that. I do believe that is the scene of a crime scene, and yeah,
kind of defeats the purpose.
I would not sign one. In fact, I would quickly go all over my YouTube and be like, "Look at this shit that they just tried to get me to sign."
Right. Timmy wants my autograph.
I definitely would take pictures, because I'd be like, yeah, I am taking a copy of this because I'm sending it to my attorneys before I sign it, So fuck that.
That'd be a smart idea. I would just flat out be like, get away from me, Timmy.
Mm-hmm. So I asked Dawn, so it's been confirmed that Robin from your church, that her and her husband have a red Tacoma truck. Is that true? And Dawn said, so does half of the country. I said, yeah, I guess so. Okay. And Robin, Robin was saying,
see, initially I heard that she had bought that from Jody Sue's parents, but then
she said
somebody else said her parents died.
And then she tried telling people, well, does anyone really think that whoever has the original, like the truck they're looking for, they would have painted it by now, don't you think? That's what Robin was saying. Yeah,
I remember that. I was like, whoa.
Hi, big sissy.
But I don't think it's ever been honestly clarified whether she obtained it through the first rumor or if the second rumor is accurate. You know what I mean? So where did you actually obtain that from? Did your parents pass and you got it, or did you purchase it from Jody's? I think they said Jody's mom, maybe. I don't know. But like it was right after that rumor was out that she started scratching them off of the flyers.
Yeah. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Very suspicious.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every move these
especially for the
make.
church ladies.
Right. Especially, yes.
Well,
I'm trying to. God moments are happening every day.
Yeah.
And then, so I asked Dawn, and I said, so it's been confirmed that Robin from your church has a red Tacoma truck to her and her husband, registered in her and her husband's name. Is that true? And Dawn says, so does half of the country. Sis, I said, I guess so.
You're about to go live.
Then later, Robin texted me back again and said, because we were talking back and forth, that's so sweet. I'm glad you told him that. And she's talking to me about when Donald's birthday is coming up, because we were talking about November birthdays.
When Summer's
and that Dawn needs some encouragement. As for the newest hot topic, thanks for the heads up. I'm not going to deny we own a red Toyota truck, maroon or whatever. You're absolutely right in that we are all sinners and need a savior.
Wait.
Okay, said, whoa.
Questions.
Hold on.
Whoa, you have a red Tacoma, Robin? This is going around today. Be prepared.
He can call people liars if he wants to.
She said, hey, Cher, the glory of God is being revealed, and I am in no...
Sorry, but how much are we really going to trust someone who's saying that Chris McDonough lied about Summer Wells' bedroom? I'm sorry. He didn't lie. He went down there that was weeks after Summer's disappearance. You can't go almost 3 years later when they have repainted and made the place look so much better. Okay?
I'm going to bring it to you here
first. You can't do that and say, bring it to us first. No, it's 3 years later, not first. What Chris McDonough showed us was the truth, and the camera did not lie. Okay? Yes, unedited, on everything. We saw what we saw. That was no lie. And then White Boy 3 years later, after people have been working on it to make it look better because they do have other things, as soon as they got that looking proper and beautiful is when you'll see Tim Mullen controlling the narrative and putting them on more shows and shit so that it doesn't look as bad to taint people's...
But it does look bad again. I've seen
the
footage
truth.
Where it was already starting to look trashed.
Is he's lying. So how people can take someone like that as credible, okay? Can you 1 second? My hands are freezing. I'm gonna go get my arthritis gloves. So I'll be right back. You talk to the people for a moment. Okay, hold on.
Let's see. Come back here. All right, let's see. Outdoorsy life, Lake Superior. Get in line. I was almost embarrassed for him and his bedroom video. It was quite sad. It was, and like there was so much hype to it. I was just kind of like, wow. If I was his members, I would be definitely disappointed. He's a bully, and he has no other content. If he doesn't bully others, you're absolutely right. And I was watching. Actually, I was listening to. I forget whose channel it was on. I feel like an idiot when I do this, but they were playing an audio from when him and his wife crashed a meet and greet, and I think it had Bullhorn Betty in there, or like was why he was there. But the manager was like slightly perturbed with him. Dude, he was quiet as a church mouse. Like he did not sass back. He just like sat there very quietly. I was like, wow, it's like two different people, huh? He likes picking on women. He couldn't even mean mug mum. Unfiltered, yes, that was said to go to Flock's Homes. Okay. And it was probably much worse before Chris. Oh yeah, true. Yeah, I imagine it was 10 times worse. And then they tried to I've heard clips multiple times where she was saying that law enforcement trashed her house, and I'm like thinking no, because if you look in any of the pictures that she's made public, you can see all the clutter there. I mean, if anything, it looked a little bit better after they were searched. Like it looked like some stuff was taken out of there and you could walk. I thought Chris was going to have a heart attack when he walked in that house. I was like, oh. All right, Vibe. Change the narrative. They tried. Niece Marie, Candace, is it time for you to tell the truth? Who all was with you and Hunter at the swimming hole, right? Besides Hunter, Summer and you. TikTok flower shows more than your face. Oh, them smokes from all. I hate to bring it up again, but I seen the original TikTok video that she filmed, and there was more people there. There was definitely more people there, and one of those people is a really not good person to have around a little girl. Vibes. The state of Summer's room was disgusting. Yeah, it was. Yes, it was. Yeah. I wouldn't even keep my animals like that. Cotton candy. I can say I have never ate spaghetti out of a dog. Whoa. I forgot about that cotton candy. Oh, shit. Don't forget, sprinkled in roaches, too. Could you imagine handing spaghetti to somebody in a freaking dog bowl?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. I wouldn't do that as a punishment to somebody I couldn't stand. That's crazy. That is crazy. Factory people. One thing about it, YouTube subs have paid for Don and Candace a complete remodeling of their. Well, with the money that has been donated, they could definitely afford to have done it. But I believe the church actually Robin footed most of the bill. I'm not exactly sure, but I know that she's put a considerable amount of money out for them for remodeling and other things. Virgo Angel Cotton Candy Boobs. Has anyone ever looked into Candace's sister Catherine? What sister Catherine? I've never heard that before. She has a sister named Catherine?
I didn't hear that before either.
No, like from her mother or like a stepfather?
Absolutely.
And I'm right here.
A dirty mattress, yeah. Gone in what looked like to be a camera. In the corner, yeah.
Wait,
yeah, that was weird. That was definitely weird how that was set up and disgusting.
Welcome back to Prime. 5-year-olds don't just vanish. Those are the words from retired homicide.
Oh my goodness. Bama, thank you for gifting 5 memberships. If you guys got a membership from Miss Bama, please make sure to thank her. We'll be doing another members live on Sunday or Monday. We did a really good one 2 nights ago. It was fun with Ro was joining us on that one as well. Who got those memberships?
Did a really good one 2 nights
ago. Let's see. Mimi Jean, welcome to the Crazy Train. Act right, people. Welcome to the Crazy Train. Truce to Light. DC Primetime Mike. There you go. Nice Marie. Welcome to the Crazy Train, y'all. Choo-choo. Thank you so much, Bama.
One that home improvement. Too little, much too late. Yes. Way too little, way too late.
Ain't that the truth? So
yeah.
Let's see here. It says, yeah, we could do our like hot topics hour on your members or something together.
I'm not worried about putting it on mine. Just do you.
Homicide detective Chris McDonough. He has spent his career looking into high-profile cases from JonBenet Ramsey to Elizabeth Smart. Now he's focusing his attention on the disappearance of Summer Wells as the host of The Interview Room, and we continue to follow Summer's case as well here on Prime. Chris is back with us tonight. Chris, good to see you. Thanks for coming back.
Thank you for inviting me.
So Summer's parents, Don and Candace, have been the target of threats, accusations that they had something to do with Summer's disappearance. They have denied any involvement. They say that she was abducted. They have passed a polygraph test. At this point, the sheriff is saying anything's on the table.
But why did they
All
want them to
people
come
are
back
persons
for
of
more?
interest. But has the public jumped to conclusions too soon on these parents without the evidence to back this up?
You've been a member since members started.
Everybody is innocent until proven guilty, for sure. And at this point, there are just, as your reporter has, pointed out, Brian, that there's just too many moving parts here. There are a couple of theories that still, need to be nailed down, and obviously the authorities don't have those pieces yet.
Let's go.
Like even still, that's what we need.
Sure.
Yeah.
I want to answer Lake Superior real quick. She or the entity said, "Is Robin's husband involved in the church like she is? I thought her husband was furious when he found out Robin was taking their daughter to the Wells home."
That's true.
I've never seen him involved in any of the pictures or anything of the church. And in the very beginning, I looked up both of their Facebooks. And as soon as I opened it, like, he looks like he's some guns dealer or something. He's like, the first 2 pictures, it was him with a couple AKs. You know what I mean? And then her first picture was her coming off a small plane with a bunch of kids around her dressed in white. It was like an Oprah remake picture. I was like, what the hell? Like, so
Go
that
back
gave me
to the property.
Chris,
you spent some time there.
Sorry.
And it gave me like the willies from the very beginning, because like I seen the pictures of him and then the pictures of her surrounded with them kids like that. I'm like, yo, what is going on here?
Right.
But yeah, I've never seen him at the church.
and sis, we're gonna swing by when you're live after. We'll pop over there and show some support.
What, my live?
There we go. No, Cotton Candy Boobs.
Oh, okay. Okay.
She's doing an important live today.
Cool.
Okay. Okay, hold on. All right, let's continue playing this for a minute because, yeah, again, liar, I think not. Let's.
On the family's property, you went inside the house.
He did go
you went into
inside.
Summer's
Hey, Outdoorsy.
room, and you say that it encapsulated her. So I want to
Love
show
you,
some of
sis.
this video for folks at home, and
See
I want
here,
us
look at-
to walk through exactly what you saw inside this home.
Look at that.
So this is
The camera does not lie, people.
Candace showing me
Prison cell.
essentially
Look at
where the
yes.
boys were sitting. They were sitting
Hoarding.
right there at that table, looking at that TV, playing video
Now, they
games.
would like to make you believe that the house looks like that because the police has ravaged it 100 times by now.
Did anybody else take notice to when they first showed their house, like before you go down the steps there, that back wall, there was like 3, like I have them, like teller racks that you hang like dresses and slacks and things on, and the racks were primarily pink clothes, like nicer pink clothes, and they disappeared within like a couple of days of this whole investigation.
Yeah, because they had garage sales and everything. They were, yeah, remember, and selling
How do you do that?
Even right before Summer went missing, it showed them having garage sales selling Paw Patrol dresser and shit like that, and everyone was like, wouldn't Summer have loved to have that in her room? Like, what the fuck, you know?
That's messed up. So Catherine is her Kenneth Bly's marriage before Candace Hare. Wait, Kenneth Bly. Huh. So it would be her half sister, right?
Just jaw dropping first time you saw this. I guess it would be her half sister then.
Yeah, I've never heard of her before. Thank
I mean,
you.
Yes, that's right. The
Virgo.
church was cleaning and selling her toys as well. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I remember that.
Look at
Summer
this house,
went
you guys.
down into the
Look
basement.
at that.
She's pointing to this.
Look at that.
You know,
Look at that. Oh, it's not scary to walk down here. Chris McDonough is a motherfucking lie. I don't
wait till
think
you get to the
so.
mattress.
What the fuck? Yeah.
I wouldn't put my dog on that mattress.
And at first glance, like that is to confuse people. You would never guess that, oh, there's a desk there. Oh, there's a fucking child's bedroom underneath that desk. Come on.
Crimatic said, Cher, Crimatic said, love Cher playing CM as Don will hate it.
Yeah. Yeah. Red fucking flag right there. Exactly. Yeah. Wow is right.
It's horrible.
Table
Look at
here
it.
that has basically a crawl space into it,
Mhm.
and down into that crawl space
How is Chris McDonough lying right now? How?
goes down
Are you guys not seeing what I'm seeing?
That's the
into
word
the
of a
parents'
convict.
and
Yep.
Summer's room. So I asked her if she'd take me down there. She did,
I got
and so
you.
we crawl through there.
So
now
can
one
I
interesting.
Can I stop you real quick, Chris? Because so this is the only way to get to Summer's.
Well, you could go around the outside of the house and walk in through the basement where they at one point had a couch blocking the door off. Hi, Debbie.
And the parents' room is through this crawl space.
Right. This is the way she said Summer
Now,
went into that.
not the parents, but don't forget, we have recordings of Dawn and Candace both admitting that Candace slept upstairs on the couch 99% of the time, and Dawn
Except for-
slept downstairs. And Dawn slept with Summer, and we know Candace said Dawn likes to sleep naked, whether Summer's down there or not. But you can't have it both ways. You can't say you're up on the couch all the time, and Donnie's the one who sleeps down there. That's out of
Sure.
Candace's mouth on recording, you guys. So
She wasn't
this
sleeping
is
on the
where
couch.
Dawn and Summer came to sleep down here under this desk, while
Sure.
Dawn likes to sleep naked. Yeah,
She was not sleeping on that couch the night that Don banged Crystal.
where was she then?
I don't know, but Don and Crystal were on the couch.
Well, then she was either not home or she was on the bunk beds up
But she
there
was there.
in the
She was
living
asleep
room.
somewhere. Yeah,
well,
she
then
was asleep somewhere.
she was probably on the bunk bed in that same living room that he banged Crystal on, because she was probably knocked the fuck out on alcohol and drugs.
Did you catch when she's walking Chris towards whatever you want to call that you dip down under? She says, well, it's technically or actually a bar, but me and my husband don't drink.
Right, yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, what? What? Hey, who else was at the lake? I know who I seen at the lake.
Sis.
Cash for her too. Yeah, she got it through the church.
Okay.
So we still have
basement.
Why do they have it set up like that?
That is a great question. I don't have that answer.
Okay, continue.
Right.
So we get down there.
They're asking Chris, why is their house like this? And Chris is like, I don't know. It's not my house, man.
And of course, this is Summer's room here that you're seeing.
Hey, it's 2:22. Everybody make a wish. Please, Lord, can we please have answers for Summer this year and have her and her brothers to safety for the remainder of their life on this earth, dear Lord, and most of all, for Summer's safe return. And if it's too late for a safe return, Lord, just for closure on her case so that she can be given a proper goodbye from this earth. And we will all continue to pray to you. Amen. There we go. 2:22. Everyone make your wish.
Cotton Candy will be live in 10 minutes. She said if anybody would like to visit.
Yeah. We'll take the live over there for a few when she gets started up.
I'm going to run in and grab a flannel real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay.
All of the items in the back corner belong to Summer.
Hi, David.
There's a mattress on the floor, the 2 bunk beds. The windows are secured with reflective type of materials. And so you can tell this is, it's pretty striking pretty quickly for a 5-year-old to be in this environment.
Chris, the other 3 boys, Summer's brothers, were removed from the home, taken into protective custody.
Right.
Are they key to understanding anything in this case and her disappearance?
What do you guys think? Are the boys key? Is Summer's brothers key in helping Summer's case at all? I, for one, say yes. Not only was Summer key to save her brothers, but I think they're going to be keys that also help save her in a way, if that makes sense. You hear the birds on there?
Is there a chance that they are able to shine some light on what may have happened?
From my opinion as retired investigator, they would be, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And in terms of the parents and their past, that has also been something that is much talked about. Candace filed for an order of protection against her husband, Don, saying that she was afraid of being hurt. She was afraid for those kids. That was likely part of why they were removed from the home. How do investigators take that information and also anything the kids might know and try to piece this?
Goes down into the parents, and so we crawl through there.
So now, can I stop you real quick, Chris? Because so this is the only way to get to Summers and the parents' room is through this crawl space.
Right. This is the way she said Summer went into that basement.
Why do they have it set up like that?
Can you imagine
that is a great question. I don't have that answer.
Okay, continue.
So we get down there, and of course, you know, this is Summer's room here that you're seeing. All of the items in the back corner belong to Summer. There is a mattress on the floor, the 2 bunk beds. The windows are secured with reflective type of materials. And so you can tell this is, you know, it's pretty striking pretty quickly for a 5-year-old to be in this environment.
Chris, you know, the other 3 boys, Summer's brothers, were removed from the home, taken into protective custody. Are they key to understanding anything in this case and her disappearance? Is there a chance that they are able to shine some light on what may have happened?
You know, from my opinion as, you know, retired investigator, they would be, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And in terms of the parents and their past, that has also been something that is much talked about. Candace filed for an order of protection against her husband, Don, saying that she was afraid of being hurt. She was afraid for those kids. That was likely part of why they were removed from the home. How do investigators take that information and also anything the kids might know and try to piece this puzzle together?
Yeah, Marty, that's a great question. So, you know, with a 5-year-old child, obviously time is of the essence. So
that kills me to see that they kept a baby in that room.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even in the basement where I keep my dogs, like it isn't that dark and dismal and like it's horrible. And then they're like, you know, right there watching, you know, porn on the big screen TV. Like, and she's got what, 2 toys?
Hi, Miss Chewy. Good to see you.
But they were good parents, huh?
She hopped right up. Yeah, they were great parents.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I like your flannel.
Thank you.
Oh, I need
It was my
one.
son's.
Aw. Okay, wait. I feel left out. Hold on.
What color panties did Crystal have? What? I don't know. What kind of question is that? Why is the youngest boy never mentioned working with Don, home with the boys? He was really young. Yeah. Yeah. I often wondered that because nobody mentioned that child that day. There you go.
Booyah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I had one in that pattern, but it's one of the like real thick ones that you like, you know, with the police inside.
It's gone for real this time? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be watching. We will all come over to yours live.
Right. Mistaken identity asks a good question. Why is the youngest boy never mentioned? Working with Don, home with the boys. He was really young then. I never heard him mentioned in any of that day's activities.
You believe Don was home? He was home. He was.
Baby?
Like,
yeah. What, by himself?
No, I think everyone was home. Like he had said a few times too. Like we were home 20 feet away when she went missing.
I've heard it. I agree. I agree. Outdoorsy life. It makes me pissed too. Yes, vibes. He said that he heard the boys discussing Don's oldest child and Allie's oldest child interacting, and they supposedly watched it through the hole, and they were describing what, you know, they could only describe at that age if they had seen it, assumingly. Yeah. Couldn't Candace have had Chris go through the outside? Yeah, he even asked, Lake Superior asked, couldn't Candace have had Chris go through the outside door, the one that the kidnapper took Summer out of? And he did ask if there was another way to go in, and she was like, well, you have to go out and all the way around the house, like they live in a mansion or something. I personally have never slept or showered with my father. Right? Me neither. Even like in our, like we had shore houses, and when there was 2 showers on the outside that you would wash the sand off. Like never took a shower with my dad ever. Definitely like never naked. I don't think I've ever seen my dad naked. Well, close to when he died, but
You see, like right here, there's that hole. Remember, Jose was talking about the kids would watch having sex with the hole in the wall. You see that hole right there? I zoomed in so it looks bigger, but see, that's light right there, not white paint. That's the hole in the wall.
And if you watch in the Chris McDonough video, you can see the lights come through, and then
Killer Looks has a good video of it too.
I love Killer. He puts out some really good stuff.
Yeah, he does. Let's see what this here shows.
Utility shelves. Yeah, that's another thing. The utility shelves with supposedly her toys.
I've been searching for shoulders to lean on, and it's not all good, but it's not all bad.
Been on people's mind here in East Tennessee for months. What happened to Summer Wells? The little 5-year-old from Hawkins County has been missing for coming up on 4 months now. Her father, Don Wells, says he thinks somebody kidnapped his daughter.
Well, he invited Erica Lunsford to the family home for an exclusive interview and showed her the trail he says the kidnapper used to abduct his daughter. Erica joins us now in the studio with a preview of that conversation with Don Wells. Erica.
Ted and Amanda, Don Wells tells me he believes someone came up a wooded trail near their home and kidnapped Summer while she was playing in the basement or while she was outside. The trail runs along a steep hill just feet away from the Wells home. He walked me down the trail and tells me Summer would never walk there alone.
Summer would never do anything by herself. In fact, if the boys went somewhere, you know, even if they went down the creek, she might go halfway, but she would never go all the way down there with them. And she would watch them from a distance. And when they started coming up, she would be the first one back.
We also spoke to Sheriff Ronnie Lawson, who is for the first time speaking publicly about the investigation into Summer's disappearance. That's all coming up tonight at 6. Ted and Amanda.
Erica, thank you very much. Coming up at 6 o'clock, more information here on it. You can't see this anywhere else here. Appreciate it.
Okay, hold on here. So, Candace Wells reported Don Wells for domestic assault last week. So, January 24th, 2022. So, that's right. At approximately 12:30 a.m. on Wednesday, January 19th, officers dispatched, am I sharing screen? Okay. Officers dispatched to Ben Hill Road residents that Summer Wells disappeared from last June in reference to a 911 call from Candace. Candace told dispatch officials that Don had hit her on the call. The report stated, dispatch advised responding officers that the call had disconnected, but arguing was heard in the background. On the scene, Candace stated that Don grabbed her by the throat and pushed her against the wall 2 to 3 hours before calling 911. She also said she thought her thumb was broken after hitting it on the washing machine during the incident, the report stated.
Funny she can call the cops for herself.
Right. Always had to ask Don's permission to call the cops or to get medical attention for the children, though.
Notice how many times she's been to the hospital, let's say, in the last 6 months.
Right. Candace told officers that she was afraid of her husband. Once the officer spoke with Don, he said they had been arguing, but he denied ever touching Candace. Now, do you think he did put hands on Candace or didn't put hands on Candace? You do? Yeah?
I think he did.
I think they both probably put hands on each other, but she was trying real hard to get Don in trouble.
Probably provoked most of the time, and she knows when he's like, she knows when he's compromised and what buttons to push, and she pushes them because she enjoys the shit, and she does. She's. I think she's actually more of a antagonist as far as the physical shit is concerned. Because I think he'd rather just sit around and do. I just want to sit around and drink my R&R. And she's like banging and slamming, cursing. And if you listen to the majority of phone calls, she's always in the background screaming and yelling and like, "Fuck you, Donnie! Fuck you, Donnie!" Like, I'd get tired of it and lamp her. I would. I would.
Candace told officers she was afraid of her husband, officials said. Once officers spoke to Don, he said they'd been arguing, denied ever touching Candace. Officers noted that both parents admitted that they had been drinking, and Candace did not seem to fear Don in the presence of law enforcement. Now, interesting, because I've been telling everyone that I don't get the vibe she's afraid of Don because I have seen her wail on Don. So,
I think she's just afraid of having to support herself.
So the law gets the idea she's acting pretty much. She didn't seem afraid of Don in the presence of law enforcement. It was also noted that Candace reportedly used her thumb to put her shoes on and again to flick her cigarette, the report stated. So she said her thumb was broken though. Candace, spoke with Don once again without any fear and acting like she was not afraid of him at this time. Markings were not observed on Candace's neck, nor was any bruising or swelling on her thumb. EMS Med 5 on the scene said her thumb appeared to be stubbed. Okay. Police officials referred both parties to private prosecution in order of protection with the primary aggressor unknown. Okay, so not the primary aggressor being Don, but the primary aggressor unknown. This is not the first time Don's been accused of assault.
Yeah, you also got to add into that equation when, Candace calls cops on him, damn well, right, wrong, or indifferent, old mommy dear was siding with the little baby girl.
Oh, yeah. There's no
doubt,
I mean? Yeah.
So think about how many times he's probably been
in her
hemmed
report,
up when he didn't do it.
In Candace's report, she did say her mother was afraid of her husband as well, right?
Hello. Yep. Don picked her up and kept spanking her all the way home to the house. Oh.
What?
Lake Superior said, remember when Jose said Don found Summer at the end of the driveway and Don picked her up and kept spanking her all the way up to the house?
I have not heard that before.
I heard that he said she had wandered off and wound up at some meth house, but he also sounded like he was describing Sharpie's dad's girlfriend's residence, that she had made it all the way down there, but I could be wrong on that. But yeah, apparently she wandered a few times. I don't blame her. I would. Gotta be something better than that dungeon.
They seem to protect each other more than their own kids, right, Nikki?
Absolutely.
Right. Oh, toxic. Yes, absolutely, ZZ. So
biohazards.
According to police reports, Don was arrested on October 14th, 2020, and charged with domestic assault, possession of a handgun while under the influence, and unlawful possession of a weapon following a domestic incident with Candace. Oh, deputies. Okay, so October 14th, 2020.
That's when he took off in the truck, but then he came up the driveway when the cop was there.
Literally 8 months to the day almost of Summer's disappearance. October 14th, June 15th. Interesting. Deputies were dispatched to Ben Hill Road October 2020 after receiving reports of domestic assault. When deputies arrived on the scene, they located Dawn behind the wheel of a vehicle. A stop was conducted in the driveway, and Dawn was detained. Deputies said he was stumbling and had a strong odor of alcohol. Dawn told deputies he had a black powder pistol in the vehicle and revealed he was convicted of a felony in Utah.
But Candace Hara had said something prior, like when they initially called the cops or something. Candace mentioned to the cops that he had a gun in the glove compartment. If I remember correctly.
Yeah. I remember hearing that.
Like, I think they set him up a lot.
Well,
I mean, not that he's no angel, but I think them two tag teamed him a lot.
Yes, when I got involved, there was always a plan to basically
get Dawn
arrested. They had a code word of like, let's say pineapple. I don't know, but the whole plan from day one, and I have it all documented, was a plan of, okay, if I say this word, you're calling 911, I'm calling 911, you're calling 911, all of us are going to call 911 and report
and if we hem
on Dawn until he gets arrested.
He's going to get a prison sentence, and we're going to have this big chunk of land to ourselves.
Yes, that's exactly what was going on. Yes. Jose was there. Yes, Bama. Absolutely correct. Jose was there. And Jose did say this. Almost, word for word what's on the reports here.
But Candace, I was crazy when I said it.
Yeah. Oh, did they try and say you were crazy?
I was making it up. I wanted Dawn. I'm like, oh, yeah. Because, self-admitted child molester really gets me hot. Like, seriously? I don't know how you could think that was flirting, but okay.
Excuse me. Ooh, checking the.
So she wandered to the girlfriend of the Lawrence house. Allegedly, yes. Yeah, I would have to watch Jose's interview again, but from the way he described it, and his exact words were, she wandered down to some meth head's house one day, and another day she went down, and he described like how you would get to Sharpie Senior's girlfriend's house from the hill, and she was like right in there. They came up on her right as she was like right in the driveway area, and snatched her up and brought her back up the house. And I'm thinking the meth head's house was Fred's, like she wandered down towards Fred's house.
Oh yeah, I could see that. Yep.
Yeah, I if I was that kid, I would be wandering too, like looking for somebody to feed me, like bath me, like say something nice to me. I don't know. I think I would take the risk of going through the woods versus staying there with them.
Right.
Seriously, I would be looking for any out if I was a little girl in that situation.
So, deputies spoke with Candace, who said Dawn came home drunk and saw a man in the house, which was Jose. Came home drunk,
they called him
and
they told him.
Exactly, they called him and told him. Yeah, they were taunting Dawn.
That was a huge
for sure. Yes, it was.
Dawn flirting with Ro? I've never ever spoke to Dawn. We've never had a conversation, so no, Dawn was never flirting with me.
Oh, they meant Rose, right? They said Rose.
No, was Dawn flirting with Ro?
I thought that said Rose. No, not with Ro. He flirt with me all the time, and he even flirt with Mr. CHER too. But hey.
Yeah, ain't that weird? That's kind of like and then you got protective custody sleeping in the same bed. Kind of makes you wonder why he came back so adamantly defending their honor.
Candace, hold on. Deputy spoke with Candace, said Dawn came home drunk, saw a man in the house, which, yes, that was Jose. According to the police report, he stated he started to argue with the man and had a struggle with Candace. According to reports, she was pushed down during the incident, causing damage to her knee. Now, causing damage to Candace's knee. But We have
I have heard Don talk
Brandis
on
with
that.
the bum knee, not Candace.
Don has spoke on that, and he said Hare called him, told him to get there. He drove like nut, whatever, and that him and Jose actually were okay until they started drinking. But every time they would say something to each other, Candace would physically push Don, and that's what was like pissing him off, because Jose was sitting there saying shit to him, and every time he would reply, Candace would lay hands on him, and that's when he finally, like, that was way back in the beginning. I think he might have been talking to you when he said that story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, well then you know it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I haven't gotten anyone to acknowledge me on this for 3 years almost. When Summer first got gone, Don only had one Facebook friend. His name was Joel Samora. Anyone? I've never heard that name, but I'll look it up later. Matter of fact, let me write it down, and I'll look it up later.
Yeah, I
Because
don't.
my computer won't come back on right now. So.
I don't recall that.
Yeah, I don't. Her first husband's name's got the same last name as white girl, and there's a Lane in his lineage. Coincidence? I think not.
Candace said Don then began punching him. Wait. Don said Don then began punching himself in the face and left the home. Don's just sitting there. Ah!
He was probably like, you dumb asshole, you should have stayed in freaking Utah.
Oh my gosh. Deputies took Don into custody and booked him into the Hawkins County Jail. One day after the incident, Candace filed an order of protection against Don. In the order of protection, Candace stated that Don drinks and throws things. She went on to state he was afraid. No, she went on to state she was afraid of being hurt and claimed he was abusive mentally and physically. I am afraid for my children and myself, she wrote in the order of protection. My mother fears he is going to hurt her. 4 days later, on the date of Don's hearing, Candace asked for dismissal of the order of protection. You know why? Because I highly suspect the Tim Mullen and the Robin Lane telling Candace to drop those to allow Don out. I can't prove that, but I have suspected that before. 4 days on the date of Don's hearing, Candace asked for dismissal of the order of protection. On April 21st, 2021, okay, so this was going on into April 21st, 2021, April, May, June. So just several weeks before Summer's disappearance, y'all, the charges of domestic and unlawful possession of a weapon were dismissed. Don did, however, plead guilty to possession of a handgun while under the influence. Okay? Just weeks before Summer's disappearance, this was still being handled. The daughter of Candace and Don, Summer Wells, the 5-year-old girl at the center of an Amber Alert, has captured the attention of thousands across the nation.
Yes, it has. You're welcome, Sunshine Daydream. And wasn't that also when he got pulled over when he was on Van Hill Road? He was going towards that if you follow Van Hill to the very end, you'll come out to a like a intersection that has like 2 super gas stations. There's actually a small truck stop there.
Home June 15th, if you know
You hang a left and you go down to that motel that he supposedly hung out at, where the front is one level and the back is 2 levels.
But now from
Today, search efforts continue for 5-year-old Summer Wells. She went missing from her Beach Creek home nearly 6 months
Feels that
ago.
way, Susie.
The TBI sharing these photos from the search on their Twitter today. They say teams are focusing on overgrown areas that were previously difficult to access because of high grass and heavy foliage. But now with the change in season, the area may present new details. Wells was last seen at her home June 15th. If you know anything about the missing girl, please call TBI.
Shoot. Okay, hold on.
Joe Samora works at Bamboo Bakers USA, went to Roy High School, lives in Ogden, Utah. What a coinky dink. He's 59 years old and lives on Lake Street in Ogden, Utah. Past homes found in Roy, Utah. The address. Let's see. 285 pounds. Whoa, what?
YouTube is the #1 site for millions of creators online, but as more people flood to the platform.
Good morning,
Sure, did you just hear me?
I'm Leslie Earhart, a public information officer for the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation.
What was that?
Just that name that Sunshine Daydreams is about. He's from Ogden, Utah, but I just opened up another thing. It says 285 pounds con round 2 Jolson Moore Fruitland versus Brian Hermans. So I'm going to open that in a minute, but I think that's kind of weird that he has any kind of association, tie, or acknowledgement of Fruitland. You know where Fruitland is, right?
Right, to Michael Vaughn. Okay, wait. Sorry,
Yeah.
Who has ties to Fruitland?
Just I looked up the name that Sunshine Daydream had asked me about, Joel Zamora.
Joel, okay.
And it he's from Ogden, Utah, and there's a court case. It's headed. Oh no, it's a wrestling match. Sorry, wrestling match. 285 pound cons round 2 Joe Samora Fruitland. Let me open it. But he's 59 years old. Fruitland.
What was the name? Joel.
Hawaii. OWYHEE. How do you say that? Ahi? Right, that's just a wrestling match. There's another one who's 29 years old. Sunshine Daydreams. I have my chat off right now. Sure, you can look if she answers or they answer. There's one who's 69 and there's one 29. Does she know if it was a young guy or an older guy? Because they have two different middle names. But he's from Ogden, Utah, which is kind of really weird. So, right? He has 7 surgeries, so he's relapsed twice since original diagnosis. Still a fundraiser for him. Let's see what that is about. I couldn't wait. I had to do it. Joel's bucket, but it still looks like a good kid. Thank you for taking the time to read this. Almost a week back. Lessons of course. I accept cookies. Thank you for taking the time to read this. He was diagnosed with September. He was 9 years old. We were initially told everything was fine.
Oh, yay. Becca found me on Facebook Messenger. For a second here, let's
It looks as if the guy has like almost terminally ill child.
Really?
Yeah.
And he's tied to Idaho.
Fruitland. Well, that was a wrestling match. But it's kind of weird, like you wouldn't transfer your high school wrestlers from Utah to Fruitland? It's pretty
Don't
far
miss the Today
distance
Show
to
every
Matt.
weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on our streaming channel, Today All Day. To watch, head to today.com/allday or click the link right here.
Cotton Candies
A
is live.
decision
We're
from the
saying hi for a
Alabama
minute.
Supreme Court has alarmed doctors, patients, and reproductive rights advocates. On Friday, the court ruled that frozen embryos created through in vitro fertilization, or IVF, are legally children and thus protected. The designation of personhood could have significant repercussions for reproductive rights. Stephanie Tsai looks at the questions raised by this ruling.
William, this issue made its way to Alabama's Supreme Court after 3 families sued when their frozen embryos were taken from a clinic and then accidentally destroyed.
Holy
They sued
shit.
under the state's Wrongful Death of a Minor Act. Alabama's High Court asserted the law applies to all children, born and unborn, including, to the shock of many, frozen embryos. Today, the
See, I get what they said about, those people.
Okay, we'll check back in here in a little bit. That is awful. Holy shit. Okay, I want to pull up this here.
Real estate agent?
I don't know why. What are we doing here? Oh shit. Can you guys still hear me okay? Is my microphone working? Okay, perfect.
No puppies.
Shit.
Did she answer by chance, sir?
What?
Did Sunshine Daydreams answer whether he
I
was...
didn't see. I can't see the chat right now. Sorry, hold on.
Oh, okay.
Dawn had like 3 Facebook accounts. Oh yeah, at least. Yes, this is true. Yeah. Hmm. And here, Chris McDonough had a
Project here, and as you can see, my background is
doctor
homicide detective. I've interviewed
psychological
thousands
assessment
from
of her house and bedroom with Dr. Gary Brucato. I'm not sure how to say
serial
that.
killers to ministers. Welcome. Understanding the emergence of modern violent
Oh,
crimes.
in the lab.
And if you have not seen this book or read this book yet, get to Amazon. The link is below. Go buy this book. It's going to blow your mind. You will not be the same. You will be better
That's
at
the same guy who
understanding
said that he
the
thinks Dawn has,
22 categories of
stepped up to,
really
like, really
interesting
harming people.
people. So with that, Dr.
I'm not
Picotto,
sure.
Gary,
Is it?
my friend, welcome to the program tonight.
Hi, everyone.
And of course,
down below is my buddy, Mr. Josh from the lab, and all the lab rats that may have come over to watch the head lab rat on the interview room. We love Josh, and he's got so much information that Dr. Picotto and myself, we thought, you know what, we need to have a conversation with Josh about some of the things that have been going on over with him, including some threats and other things. And so, Josh, welcome to TIR.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be back. And Dr. Gary, it's been nice meeting you as well.
Of course.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun tonight, folks. So we've got a couple of things. Gary, you were recently on News Nation real fast before we kicked the show off, and you revealed some information. You want to tell our audience what you were talking about?
Yeah, what?
Well, it had emerged in the news that Rex Horman, the accused sexually sadistic serial killer in the Gilgo Beach case, has been corresponding with another incarcerated, officially, found to be guilty serial killer, Keith Jesperson, who lives out on the other side of the country. And what was really interesting about it is that it's Jesperson basically suggesting to Horman that if he's guilty, he might as well come out and say.
Absolutely, and this is one of the many reasons why we just value so much, and we're so grateful that you're able to continue to carve the time out of your schedule here. I mean, you're a very busy man. He's under my chair now. He doesn't want to leave. We wanted your opinion, and what we're going to do tonight is we're going to walk you through the part 2 from the waterhole conversation where we had a part 1.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I couldn't find the part.
Are we going to summarize for the people that are here for the first time what happened in the first video? Or
yeah, you want me to summarize it?
I think there's a lot of people here whose names I don't remember seeing the first time.
Okay.
I think they're going to be a little lost.
That's a problem with having a photographic memory, Gary.
Jacqueline.
Yes.
My eyes are watering again.
Very astute of you to pick that up.
Yeah.
I do indeed.
And so in part 1, we had Dr. Picotto. If you've not seen it,
awesome. Thank you.
Go see it, go watch it. But we had Dr. Picotto watch for the very first time the interview with Mom at the water hole.
Dr. Gary V.
And then for part 2 here, we want his assessment, from obviously the psychological aspect of it. And by the way, Gary, Dr. Picotto studies these individuals, I mean, at length. And if you've not read his books, and the most recent one is The New Evil, you have to go pick it up, because you will see, I think there's a category 3 here, right? Category 3 that we're looking at and that we're probably going to talk about tonight. And Dr. Picotto and I both serve on the Cold Case Foundation as colleagues, me from the investigative analysis side, and Dr. Picotto obviously from forensic analysis side and psychological analysis side.
I heard that so wrong.
He's a very world-renowned individual who knows the human mind. And so we want to take those conditions.
Right. Well, I'll just say outright that it's important to emphasize that it isn't really possible to analyze a person that, a specific individual that's not accused and that I haven't examined. But what we're really talking about is a general analysis of the type of person who would commit an offense like this. And I think we sort of let the audience determine in their own minds who they think might be worthwhile to consider as a suspect or whatever. But I think for us, it's really important to stay neutral and just give general insights about this kind of offense, what's improbable, what's probable based on statistics and our experience and all that. I think that's just the fairest thing to do. But of course, being threatened by someone is a whole other matter, because that person is specifically threatening you. Is that something we're going to hear or that is going to be summarized, Josh?
Well, you could. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I can absolutely pull it up. I mean, basically,
pull it up,
the threat,
please.
And to give you a little context, I've had communication with Dawn and a little bit with Candace throughout the couple-year investigation that's been going on. Sometimes it's contentious, sometimes it's not. Sometimes you have
hear what this guy says. Once Josh stops talking, what his assessment of Dawn is.
Yeah, I'm trying to
with him, and you guys, the Cold Case Foundation,
hold on.
Live says that he threatened them 2 weeks ago.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, that's Mary. That's his stepsister. Yeah, so this is Mary is Don's stepsister, and this is one of his previous victims from an SA. And she and her sister came forward with some other folks, and they had reported him to the authorities, and it just opened up a whole new can of worms in this case.
Was that an accusation, or there was actually a legal process and it was determined?
There was a legal process. They investigated it, and they interviewed him while he was locked up in custody.
So in other words, not just by accusation, but by conviction, we're dealing with a person who's committed multiple sexual assaults.
Yeah, well, he hasn't been convicted of hers because of the statute of limitations in Utah. Went to the DA's office in Utah, and they determined.
Okay.
Listening. It's good.
Okay, hold on. I just want to rewind for a second. Hold
Yeah,
on.
but ears are sensitive. I just
and Chris, someone in the live says
You've
that
not
he
heard
threatened
of him?
them
Me
2 weeks
neither
ago.
until just the other day.
Yeah, that's Mary. That's his stepsister. Yeah, so this is Mary is Don's stepsister, and this is one of his previous victims from an SA. And she and her sister came forward with some other folks, and they had reported him to the authorities, and it just opened up a whole new can of worms in this case.
Was that an accusation, or there was actually a legal process, and it was determined?
There was a legal process.
Okay.
They investigated it, and they interviewed him while he was locked up in custody.
So in other words, not just by accusation,
That's
but by
right, they
conviction.
did. Even though Don
we're
said
dealing
no,
with a person who's
he
committed
was saying no, till Josh was like, "I've got the
It's all lies.
footage."
It's a lie. It's a lie.
It's all lies. Then all of a sudden, Don was like, "Sure, okay, yes, I did talk to them, but it didn't go like it went like this." And so then he wanted me to go against Josh, and was telling me all of a sudden he did talk to people. So I was like, "Well, Don, like, why would you lie about that? That's stupid."
Because he's Don.
Yeah, he is.
Multiple sexual assaults.
Yeah, well, he hasn't been convicted of hers because of the statute of limitations in Utah. Went to the DA's office in Utah, and they determined the statute of limitations had expired. However, they also determined that her cause of action was accurate, and in fact, considered them victims of sexual assault.
And it's probably an uncomfortable question if somebody involved is here, and I think we have to be super sensitive about these things. But it would be useful.
And then from there, there was another 12-year-old little girl that had spent the night over at the house. She reported that he also essayed her. And there were 4 other women that I know about, but who have desired that we not use their names, who also reported essay from the same individual.
So let me get this straight. Now, let's be clear that there's been no formal accusation about Summer of the parents.
Correct.
But let me make sure I get this straight. So the idea here is that what we are being asked to believe is that a person with a history of sexually assaulting people as young as the age of Summer had his home.
And he's come on here and admitted to that history on YouTube, but I didn't do anything to my daughter. Again, it goes with what I was saying. Well, this is what he feels comfortable admitting online. Think of the things that he would say out loud or tell anyone. Even the things that he won't even say in front of Candace, which is bad enough, right? So
did you hear what this guy's assessment is?
Shit.
After he gets just a few more facts out of Chris and Josh.
Okay.
Yeah,
he's about to go off. Okay.
Well, no, his assessment,
okay,
it's kind of freaking scary.
Oh shit!
And his daughter taken by somebody who commits offenses like that, but took the kid away. I mean, that's the narrative that is being told. Like, in other words, have you ever heard of a case of a person who is a sex offender having somebody break in and take their child to probably commit the same kind of offense? I mean, it's almost like something out of a television show.
Right.
I mean, it's the same little plot, right?
And you know me.
Thing, isn't it?
Yeah, you know me, and you know my experience level. I've never ever.
I've never heard of that, and I
He did tell the truth. Why is people saying he's not telling the truth? He is. Why are people defending such disgustingness? I don't understand.
Because you're down with it.
How is he lying? Listen, there are a lot of things I don't agree with Chris McDonough on, but saying that he's lying about these situations is really far-fetched. What was that, Ro?
I've been in arguments with people going on 3 and 4 months because I say Don's a predator, and they keep coming back. No, he's not. He's not registered. I didn't say he was registered, but he's a self-admitted child molester. He's a child fucking molester. They still argue with me every day. I got little cheerleaders in my comments like, no, John's not like that. I talked to him. He's really nice. I talked to him one time on the phone. I'm like, yeah, then you missed the 4 times where he described what he did to his sister, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he brings
that
up the
kind of
point
history.
that
Somebody, right?
that
That's
Janine's
rather
mom.
odd. Yeah.
Yes.
That's interesting.
And now there's also some theft in his past, Josh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Theft,
he
yep.
was caught
Yep.
stealing a pair of red panties. He was arrested for
Yep.
it. He was hiding from the cops in his van. He was ducked behind, according to the.
That is so true too. Yep. But now, and he tried to explain that to me in text messages too. I can't remember
Panty
exactly
said
what
Candace.
he said.
You know that, right? The panty said candy on the back.
What?
The panty said either Candace or candy on the back of them.
But they weren't Candace's or Candy's
No,
underwear.
there was
They
some
were a
lady
whole
who was
another
passed
girl.
out.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
saying he was like
Yeah.
saying he was like him and her were like kind of like an item, which is
Well,
weird
see,
because
I
he
said
was
this-
with Candace during that time.
Josh read the I think it was Josh read the police report, or maybe it's Trev, but supposedly he knew her kid or whatever, and and he had the kid's name right or whatever, but at the same time, allegedly the woman was upstairs and she was like so out of it because apparently she had tried to unalive herself or whatever, so she took a bunch of stuff. So the first thing I thought was, friggin' creeper walked in on that opportunity and he probably tapped that shit and she don't even know.
Oh shit.
Right?
Hi,
Because he was
Clemson.
lingering around that house for quite a while before they, it caught their attention. Who goes in the house
He
and
was
steals
ducked
panties?
behind one of the middle seats,
right?
but that he had stolen a woman's pair of panties for self-gratification, and that's what he told the police officer as well, while he had drugs on him as well. But yeah, he has been caught stealing panties.
Any selling of drugs?
Yes.
Extensive.
So it's interesting because, and again, this is not someone I've ever examined and I cannot make statements about, but in psychology, of course, there's this construct of psychopathy, right? Psychopathic people. And psychopathic people have a trait that is called criminal versatility. And what that means is that if a person has that kind of personality structure, they don't just do one thing. What you'll start to see is like across their whole life, many different offenses, like writing bad checks, drunk driving, getting locked up for hitting people,
Yeah.
I just want to take this opportunity to tell the chat and everybody else, ha, I told you so.
Right.
stealing, shoplifting, so you start to see as a cluster of behavior, and and
check.
Oh,
check.
So there is that kind of
ding.
Right. So you start to see that, and then if the person is the type of person who has sexual perversion on top of it, right, you start seeing the mixture of psychopathy and sexual kind of paraphilic behavior that can start to give rise to a whole other type of offense, right, where a person is capable of being perverse with, let's say, children or other paraphilic kind of types of offenses. And what happens in those kind of people is a heating up process where you tend to start small, like stealing panties or taking photos of women's skirts or putting a camera in a dressing room or things like that. And then it's not enough, and you keep building and building and building. So that what of course happens with some of these people is that for one reason or another, it can even spill over into homicide. It can spill over into homicide because it gets too aggressive, or it's more thrilling, or it can spill over into homicide because the person's a living witness to what you've done.
Body shape and ages of all the girls missing in that area, right?
And there's a few reasons why it might
shape
happen.
as Rose.
But if you look at the histories of a lot of sexually sadistic serial killers, they started out committing sexual assault, sometimes against children, sometimes adults, and then they had to get rid of them, either as part of the thrill or because they knew too much. And so that I worry about that kind of progression when I start hearing things like having psychopathic traits, stealing panties, having accusations of assaulting children sexually, etc. But of course we can't say that. Were there any other classic kind of indicators? Being cruel to animals, setting fires, bullying.
There have been accusations of both of those, especially the fire when he was younger. A barn burned down with some animals in it. I don't remember how old he was.
That's a kitten he lit on fire.
And they have been. He has been accused, but I don't think ever formally charged with any sort of animal abuse. But that
got him out of it.
There are many reports that he possibly was shooting the dogs that lived on his hill with BB guns, and that he may have tied firecrackers to dogs' tails and things like that.
So a sadism and consistent with somebody who would call you up and threaten you and scare you and get him, make bodily harm threats and things like that, like you're describing. But again, can't say for sure because I've never talked to this person. But I think that it is interesting that you've got signs there of somebody with a versatile history.
So,
and think about it, Cher. When he came back from Arkansas, he was pissed off. There's nobody at home to victimize anymore, and these little framed girls in the same age bracket started disappearing. Now tell me I'm batshit crazy some more, people.
Well, no, because that's the truth. Whether we think it.
Did or
not, but
when I said it before this guy, everybody's like, "Oh, you're making that up because you can't get at Don. You want Don." I'm like, "Oh yeah, I want a pedophilic, animal abusing, ugly ass motherfucker. That's my biggest desire in this world." Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely crossed over those lines. He is definitely, and I'm surprised with all the publicity of this case, and as much as his face has been on YouTube and other platforms, that other women, and especially like when he started talking about he used to go on the road with his dad, and he knew how to drive the truck and shit. I'm thinking, his dad comes off the road like after 2 days, 3 days, whatever, crashes in a motel. How many little girls did Don get into that truck to say, "Hey, you want to go for a little ride," or whatever, that he did some shit to, but was gone by morning? They don't even know who he was, where he was, and like now they're sitting there like 30 years later, like, holy shit.
I didn't even think about that.
I
didn't even think about that. Hey, bro, I gotta jump off here and take care of a couple of things, but I'm gonna set another one up for when I'm done, like maybe like in like half an hour or something.
I'm gonna keep looking into this guy's name because there's quite a few of them.
Yeah, I gotta make some calls.
Well, it's been a pleasure. And just
I'll see what
same
you're
as
doing
usual.
here,
Send me a
like
text
in like an hour or something, and we can.
Okay, just send me a text like a few minutes before you're ready. That gives me a chance. I'll bring the dogs in and feed them and stuff. That way, that's all done, and maybe I'll make myself a sandwich.
Okay, perfect. You guys, we'll be back for part 2 of this in
Bye, peoples.
All right, I gotta run, guys. Bye.